So the main finding was precisely on the fact that the aid effectiveness agenda has been a major incentive for Europe to move on the issue of capacity development. The practices among member states vary drastically. Some of the member states had a long-standing experience on technical cooperation, like Germany, for instance, way before the Paris Declaration was signed in 2005. But for all of them, being the new member states or the older member states, this was a boost for them to enhance their approach on capacity development and cooperation. I think the second finding of this study is to see that there is no specific or favored approach to capacity development. It can be a priority sector. It is rarely the case in Europe, where it's more mainstream at the policy and strategic level or directly integrated at the sector level. There's no favor option. What is important, I think, is to take capacity development seriously, and it seems to be the case at the moment in Europe. The other finding would perhaps be in line with what I just said, the fact that it is indeed now visible that there's a gradual adaptation of the instrument, moving from rhetoric to practice, trying to draft operational guidelines, making it real. The concept is well defined. It is now time to move on to the implementation. And the implementation, capacity development, is taking place at country level. There's a number of constraints that are still very much vivid for member states to address the issue of capacity development. It costs money, and in a context of budget cuts, financial crisis, political pressure on delivering short-term results, it is difficult to be able to get sufficient political will to actually, move forward on this extremely complex approach, which is capacity development. One thing that can help to do so is to further promote exchange of experience and sharing knowledge. And interestingly enough, it's a bit of a paradox that come out of the study. There is a real expectation at the EU level in terms of sharing information, in terms of learning best practices. But member states are not necessarily tooled, equipped to capitalize on what they're doing, or they're not necessarily eager to share what they have. But this is also one of the findings. Try to invest more in mutualization of knowledge.